Freaky is a 2020 American comedy horror film directed by Christopher Landon, from a screenplay by Landon and Michael Kennedy, and starring Vince Vaughn, Kathryn Newton, Katie Finneran, Celeste O'Connor, and Alan Ruck. A twist on Freaky Friday, the film tells the story of a high school student who unintentionally switches bodies with a serial killer. Jason Blum serves as a producer under his Blumhouse Productions banner. Freaky premiered at Beyond Fest on October 8, 2020, and was theatrically released in the United States on November 13, 2020, by Universal Pictures. The film received generally positive reviews from critics, who praised Vaughn and Newton's performances, as well as the blend of horror and comedy. 4 teenagers are brutally murdered by a serial killer known as the Blissfield Butcher, who during his murder spree steals an ancient dagger known as Dola. The next day, bullied high school student Millie Kessler attends the Blissfield Valley High School homecoming football game, where she performs as the school mascot, the Blissfield Valley High Beaver. After the game, Millie waits for a ride home but is attacked by the butcher. He stabs Millie in the shoulder with Dola, causing an identical wound to instantly appear on him. Millie's older sister Charlene, who is a police officer, arrives and scares off the butcher. The police collect Dola as evidence. The next day, the butcher and Millie awake in each other's bodies. At school, the butcher kills one of Millie's tormentors, Ryler, by locking her in a cryotherapy tank. He realizes his innocent appearance grants him immunity from suspicion. Meanwhile, Millie finds her friends Nyla and Josh and proves her identity to them by performing the school mascot's dance routine. Nyla and Josh research Dola and discover that Millie must stab the butcher with the dagger by midnight or else the body switch will be permanent. The butcher kills another one of Millie's oppressors, woodshop teacher Mr. Fletcher. Later that evening, the butcher lures Millie's crush Booker into a laser tag arena, but Millie, Nyla, and Josh arrive in time to save him. Millie knocks the butcher and Booker unconscious. After tying the butcher to a chair at Josh's house, Millie and Nyla try to explain the situation to Booker, who remains unconvinced until Millie recites a love poem she anonymously wrote to him. Josh stays with the butcher while Millie, Nyla, and Booker drive to the police station to acquire Dola. Nyla tricks Charlene into leaving the station so she can search for Dola. In the car, Booker reveals that he likes Millie, and Millie divulges the newfound strength and confidence she feels from being in the butcher's body. The butcher escapes, and Charlene catches Nyla stealing Dola. Millie sees the butcher enter the police station and runs in after him, but Charlene tries to detain her. Millie overpowers her and apologetically locks her in a jail cell while the butcher escapes in a police car. At the Blissfield Valley High homecoming dance, the butcher kills 4 football players. Millie finds the butcher, and Nyla and Josh hold him down while Booker staves off the police. Millie stabs the butcher with Dola, and they switch bodies just as the police shoot down the butcher. After faking his own death in an ambulance, the butcher attacks Millie at her house, mocking her body's weakness and anxiety. Millie, Charlene, and their mother struggle to overpower the butcher, but Millie finally kills him by stabbing him with a broken table leg. In early August 2019, it was announced that Christopher Landon would write and direct a new horror film with Jason Blum serving as a producer under his Blumhouse Productions banner. Specific plot details were not revealed, but the story would reportedly follow a violent figure wreaking havoc in a small town. Production was expected to begin in October in Atlanta, Georgia, and there was some speculation it could be a reboot of Scream 5. However, Landon later debunked rumors that the film was a remake of Scream, stating that the upcoming project was to be an original story taking inspiration from Mary Rogers's Freaky Friday. 6. Later in August, it was announced that Kathryn Newton and Vince Vaughn had joined the cast of the film, with the screenplay being written by Landon and Michael Kennedy. 7. In October 2019, Uriah Shelton, Alan Ruck, Katie Finneran, Celeste O'Connor and Misha Osherovich joined the cast of the film. 8-9. Principal photography lasted for 35 days under the original title Freaky Friday the 13th. 10. It began on October 21, 2019, 11, and finished on December 12, 2019. 12. Freaky had its world premiere at Beyond Fest on October 8, 2020. 13. The film was theatrically released by Universal Pictures on November 12, 2020, 14, before being made available on Blu-ray and digital via video on demand on January 4, 2021. 15.